Good morning, Cheryl White, Executive Director of the Elizabeth River Trail Foundation. It's so good to see you.
Oh,
How are
it's
you today?
great. I'm doing great. It's lovely to see you, Andrea. I miss your face.
Yeah,
Thanks.
it's been a while, but we're all making do. I'm sporting my mermaid hat today because I've got really bad hair, so we're just gonna cover it up right now.
I understand. This is about the longest it's been in many years.
Well, I wanted to touch base with you, Cheryl. I'm on the foundation board. It's been one of my greatest joys in the nonprofit arena. But talking to folks about people who are on the front lines during this pandemic, and the Elizabeth River Trail has been a real lifeline for a lot of folks to get out, to walk, to ride, to jog, to exercise.
Yeah.
And what are you seeing out on the trail right now? What's going on?
Yeah, we are definitely seeing increased use on the trail, and lots of really positive comments and messages from our constituents throughout, across all different platforms. We do have 2 digital counters on the trail, and so from March of 2019 to March of 2020, we saw a 33% increase near Plum Point Park, and a 58% increase at our Larchmont Library counter. And there's a lot of reasons for that. I mean, it's really nice weather. This March was warm. We've got great marketing and PR behind the trail. A lot of more people know about it, but also that people are out there really using it. And one of the things they say, during quarantine is that you also have to take a break from the screen. You have to go outside. Remember that the trees are still blooming and the birds are still singing, and we still have that gorgeous river. And really give yourself, a place to exercise and a place to kind of clear your head.
So, a lot of folks probably don't know what or where the Elizabeth River Trail is. How can they learn where to get on the trail, where it goes? Can you tell us a little bit about what it consists of?
Absolutely. So the trail is 10.5 miles long. It also has a little loop around Centera campus. It starts at the gate of NSU, right there by that Tide Light Rail Station at Park and Brambleton, wraps around the waterfront past Harbor Park, Town Point Park, through Freemason, over to Fort Norfolk and Chelsea, and then wraps through West Ghent, Lambert's Point, through ODU, Larchmont, and over the bridge to Lock Haven, and ends right on Hampton Boulevard, right by the port, entrance to the port. You can find a map of the trail on our website, elizabethrivertrail.org. There's also fun routes that we have been posting on Facebook and some on our website too, that tell you really great ways to get on and off of the trail, places where you can park if you're going to drive in, and so you're right there and you got a clean shot to go for a little walk or run.
Now, little tip, it's not just a trail. We have some other things happening there currently, and what's planned in the future?
Yeah, so we've been really lucky. In March, in early March, we actually hit our $4 million capital campaign goal. Yay! Thanks to Andrew's help on our fundraising committee. Thanks to the city of Norfolk, who really supported us and as well as challenged us to raise basically 7-to-1 in funding to make sure that we could bring some really awesome things to the trail. So we are planning on. Right now, we're in the final contract stage for an installer for our signs. We're going to have 500 new signs on the trail. It's an epic feat to undertake, but pretty soon you're going to be out on the trail and you're going to feel really secure knowing where you're going. There'll also be some mile markers out there that'll be tied to the city's emergency response system, which is a really nice safety feature that those signs will bring for us as well. But there's also fun, exciting things too. We'll be adding trailheads, which are little access points, about 1 mile and 1.5 miles each from each other, and they'll have basic amenities, water fountains and trash cans and benches. But then we'll also be bringing some really exciting amenities. In Plum Point Park, we have a huge obstacle course that's going to be a little bit west of the park, between the park and the Midtown Tunnel crossing. It's a wonderful grant-funded project with funds from Compid, SunTrust, and several other local organizations. We have a kayak launch that just opened in Plum Point Park. It was a great partnership with the city and the Port of Virginia, amongst Webster Foundation. So many people that are bought in for this. And we'll also have playground equipment and a walking labyrinth, a meditative walking labyrinth, lots of improvements for activities, also natural improvements to improve landscaping and make sure we're really conscious of our local waterways.
That's great. So, we've had to close our playgrounds and some of our smaller parks during this time to keep people from congregating. What are we doing along the trail to abide by the social distancing requirement?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we are lucky that the trail's 10.5 miles. So that's one thing in our favor, that is just naturally in our favor, that people are spread out. The parks that are along the trail, like Plum Point right now, are closed. It's really a citywide, effort to make sure we flatten that curve. We have signs along the trail to remind people about social distancing. And most sections of the trail are actually 10 to 12 feet wide. So you can actually be walking past someone and just naturally be maintaining that social distance. But we also are advocating that you follow, CDC guidelines. So make sure that you're washing your hands. There's the option to wear a mask while you're out there. That is always appreciated. That's it's a personal choice, but definitely something that'll help. Try not to touch any of the railings, all of those kinds of things. There's little things along the way just to kind of be really conscious of. And also just remember that while you were out there for the same reason that so many other people are out there. So if you can really realize we're all in this together. And if a little bit of trail etiquette, a little bit of just being like, okay, yeah, I might need to pull over and let this family that's on a bike pass, is really going to serve us well in the long time. And I will say I have been really, really proud of our ERT users who have been really conscious about how they're using the trail. And and there's little things too, like things like we're like, oh, you could move your run an hour earlier. Maybe you'll avoid the peak time on the trail near Chelsea when the shipyards are changing shifts. Little things like that you can do that'll just kind of help spread out the user.
So Cheryl, this is the beginning of Bike Month.
Yeah, May 1st is Bike Month. Yeah.
What a great way to celebrate Bike Month with this interview. If folks wanted to donate or if they wanted to volunteer and get involved, how could they learn more about that?
Yeah. So two things. Follow us on social media. We have Facebook, Instagram, Elizabeth River Trail. We're on all the platforms. For events, we post them all on Facebook. We also have a monthly newsletter that goes out. You can register for that on our website. Donations are also available right on our website. You can click down there. They're all tax deductible. We are a 501c3. We would love to have your support, and just keep in touch. That way is the best way to do it. And one thing that we're doing that's going to be really awesome for Bike Month is we've had these great rides that go on all the time, weekly rides and monthly rides, or Tour de Orf and through social cycling. But we've compiled a lot of those routes, some of the best routes that include the trail as well as the larger bike network in Norfolk. And every week we're posting a virtual bike ride. So you can be out there. They're all about an hour long at a casual pace, and you can get out there, get your exercise, and maybe discover some ways around the city that you're not familiar with now, but will definitely serve you better as you're biking post-quarantine.
That's great. And then if folks want to volunteer, can you talk a little bit about our ambassadors program?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have a trail ambassador program that we have 20 ambassadors right now, and it's a really simple program. You walk, ride, run the trail, dog walk the trail, and you really are our eyes and ears for us. You commit to doing 4 patrols a month. You pick when, where, and how long, and you fill out a patrol report for us. It's a really simple kind of way to engage. So many people use the trail every day. They could be doing it with a vest on, and that would really be the difference. We had our training session in March had to get canceled, but once the quarantine breaks, we are going to boot that right back up. with increased users on the trail, lots of first-time users on the trail. We want to make sure we have some folks out there helping people navigate and make sure people stay safe.
That's great. What a joy, a real gem for Norfolk and for our entire region. So Cheryl, thank you for your leadership. It's been great working with you, and I've definitely been on the trail to get some exercise during this time period, but stay home, folks, otherwise. But if you do need to get out, try the Elizabeth River Trail out. Make sure to maintain social distance. And look us up on elizabethrivertrail.org. Volunteer if you'd like to, and hope we can see everybody out there. So, Cheryl, thank you so much.
Thank you, Andrea. Thank you so much. Happy Bike Month, everyone.
Happy Bike Month. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.